σημαντικό για την Ελλάδα να ψηφίσει όχι. Ήταν γιατί εδώ και 5 χρόνια με τον ναι είδαμε πολλές χιλιάδες αυτοκτονίες, πολλούς ανέργους, πολλά άσχημα πράγματα στην Ελλάδα και θέλουμε κάτι διαφορετικό αυτή τη στιγμή.
Well, it's expected, of course, that that second bailout will be handed out to Greece. The Greek finance minister, Nicolas Sarkozy, they say that is the end of the country's woes. Do you agree?
Well, I suppose it is if you live in a parallel universe. No, of course it's not. It's not the end of Greece's woes. It's really just the beginning. Greece is in serious trouble. I mean, you've just got to look at the amount of people who are out on the streets demonstrating at the moment. Suicide rates are up. The minimum wage has been cut. There's mass homelessness in that country at the moment. And all the European Union is doing in going down this line is it's encouraging the cradle of civilization to head towards revolution, because that's what will happen if we continue with these austerity measures.
You are all in denial. By any objective measure, the euro is a failure. And who is actually responsible? Who's in charge out of you lot? Well, of course, the answer is none of you, because none of you have been elected. None of you actually have any democratic legitimacy for the roles that you currently hold within this crisis. The difference is we know who the villains are. You should all be held accountable for what you've done. You should all be fired.
Greece is among the most affected countries. In fact, the most affected. Let me repeat what I said here in Athens only 2 weeks ago. Excluding Greece from Schengen is neither an end nor a means in this crisis. Greece is part of Schengen, of the euro area and on the European Union, and will remain so.
Well, either it goes to Luxembourg or Greece is colonised. Either way, what is absolutely clear is you cannot be a democratic, self-governing nation and a member of the Eurozone. And I have to say, if I was a no voter, I would be on the streets of Athens today protesting that my Prime Minister had let me down.
Broken out in Athens as tens of thousands took part in a general strike to protest against an overhaul of the country's pension system demanded by international lenders. Police claim the demonstration was mostly peaceful until tear gas was used to disperse a group of anarchists outside the parliament.
Greece has begun the process of deporting migrants under the EU deal agreed with Turkey. On Monday, the first group of 150 people, mainly from Pakistan and Bangladesh, were transferred, handcuffed and under police escort, from the Greek island of Lesbos to Athens by ferry. While the aim is to give a clear message to migrants that there will no longer be a way for them to cross illegally into the EU, the head of the bloc's border agency Frontex said implementing the deal would be challenging.
Properties. And when we talk about bailouts of Greece, I want to make this clear. The European Central Bank, in its $150 billion that it's supposedly given Greece got zero. This is very, very important for people to understand. Greece got zero. The money went to Deutsche Bank, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Credit Lyonnais, and other big banks which held Greek bonds. Basically, the European people paid off the debts of the Greek debts held by these big banks, which were charging monster fees. And now they're saying, okay, they're telling the Greek people, now you have to bail out our bailout. And it's coming down to a massive per family interest charges of $10,000 to $15,000 a year. And under Greek salaries, it's impossible.
That arm was placed around the Greek Prime Minister at the time of the new government and after a referendum that said we didn't want that austerity. What you allowed was the arm to embrace you and the slow knife and dagger of the EU's austerity programme slice itself into the heart of the Greek people.
Και ας πεινάμε. Να μην μας κοροϊδεύουν όμως.